Alright, so let's go ahead and deal with this. Let's see, this hallway looks pretty empty. I guess it could be a neat little storage area or something. Let's see what we got in this area. This area, I think, looked, earlier I was in here, I think it looks kind of like neat, like a little jail. We could probably use this like a little jail or something. I don't know. We'll see. If I do, I'll have to move these computers out, which I could do. I mean, maybe we could put them in the hallway. Technically, though, the vault should remain intact, but that doesn't mean we couldn't move things around inside with the right engineering skills. Or technical skills. Let's go ahead and add this bad boy, though. I already have all this written down. So, another step ladder, so that's... puts us at... Where you at? There you are. Alright, got it. Okay. Disable. And we got... Oh, I missed a piece of trash. That happens. There's probably trash underneath these boxes, too. Got what we got? 4 supply crates in here we need to do something with. And let's see, last time we were playing, we had supply crates going up in this room. I do still have this little hallway right here that I could put some supply crates in. I can at least do 2 of them, so we'll do that. We'll maybe put 2 of the big ones in here or something. I could probably put all 4 down here. But I didn't really want to. I was kind of hoping to utilize this area for something else. Maybe I should find another area. See if I can find another area to put them crates in. Let's check in that other room, that far room with all the servers. Of course, we also got this hallway. I suppose this hallway could be useful for storage, like giant supply crates, for example. Actually, that seems very preferable, considering it's got windows on both fucking sides. Let's go ahead and record this down then. I want to show you something. You see this cabinet, okay? We'll get the base object of this cabinet. This cabinet particularly. And this is going to be, we're going to call it metal cabinet shelf. So, metal cab W shelf is what I'm going to call this. Metal cabinet with shelves. Because there's also a version of metal cabinets right around the corner here. Right in the middle, without shelves. Guess I'll have to walk out there. It doesn't have any shelves. But, so we have 2 different types of metal cabinets. And you know, sometimes you may want one with a shelf. Maybe you want to turn that other one into, like, I don't know, a fridge or something. Who knows? Could be a number of reasons, a number of things that you can use these for. You'd be surprised. But there are 3 objects, well, technically 2 objects, sitting in our view. Notice how the door handle... It's because these doors are separate entities. They're not part of that metal cabinet. So I always record them as a separate entity because you remember how we were set in scale? You could use these for, theoretically, you could use these for walls. Maybe I wanted to board up this window. I could place one of these across this window, you know? So yeah. So they have a purpose. So let's get the base object of those as well. And we'll call this one metal shelf door. Fuck it. Or metal cabinet door, I'm sorry. Metal cab door. There we go. And we got 2 of those for sure. 006. Alright, 2 of those for sure, and we got 1 metal cabinet with shelves so far. I know there's more out just outside this room, so we'll go ahead and deal with that now, but let's get this taken care of so that we have this empty hallway. I'm going to record these and remove them as well. Looks like we got only 1 door here. And some more fucking cinder blocks. Another cinder block. So, that's 1 door. And 2 with shelf. Okay. So, 1, 2, 1. Write down cinder block. Because I'm Probably going to find another one. I'm not going to bother grabbing my phone for this one. Put one next to it. And then we have to get the base object of the new shelf that has, or the new cabinet that has no shelves. So I can get rid of this because I wrote it down. Now, GBO. Alright, so we'll call this one Metal Cab In Shelf. No shelf. Or we could just call it, I'm not going to call it Metal Cab because I'll save Metal Cab for the one that actually opens, like a gun cabinet. It's an actual container you can store shit in. So that'll just be Metal Cab. This one will be Metal Cab In Shelf. And we'll record that one down. And put 1 for the quantity. You can disable that. Alright, so we've dealt with that. I'm going to leave these things here. They look like they're part of a server. Oh, and we already used this footlocker, if you recall, at the beginning. In fact, if you look, it's called Wesley's Crab Box. It will change the instance of all of them, so bear that in mind when you go to set the name. But disable. We don't need that no more. Because we've used it in the beginning. Or, well, over by the entrance for our crap box. Alright, I'm going to get the base object of this. I'm going to get the base object of this, and I'm going to add it to my legacy item list, call it single plank. And I'm not even going to bother counting how many I have, but it's important to have it because, I don't know, maybe maybe you just wanted to cover one small sliver or something. They can still be useful. You can use them as some kind of building block for something. And they are a legacy item because, I mean, let's face it, you can fucking get wood anywhere. Okay. We'll put that in a legacy. I'll put an L with a circle around it. Tell me it's a legacy item. And we'll disable that. Might as well disable all of them while we're at it. Get the toolbox next. And metal boxes. Now, okay, metal shelf. You see this metal shelf is all busted up, right? I'm never going to use this shelf because it's all busted up. But in a realistic scenario, you could probably fix this shelf. Especially with the myriad of shit laying around. I mean, find a good welding gun or even, some bolt that shit up or hell, duct tape it. Fuck. Wonder glue. Who cares? Find a way to fix it. You'll probably find a way to fix it to use it for a practical application. So, I still count these as a metal shelf gained, but I won't use the base object of this metal shelf. So disable this, because it's garbage to me, but I am going to write down metal shelf, and then 1. And then, of course, we got to get these base objects for these metal boxes. When I find a metal shelf, that's an actual metal shelf that's in good repair. That's the one I'll record the GBO of. And then just pretend like that was a good metal shelf we had found, you know what I mean? That way, because I'm going to find a way to fix it in a realistic scenario. So the metal box. Metal box. Let's see. And there's 2 of them in this screen. And I'm going to write toolbox down as well, because it's just out of our screen, but it's there. 1. Let's get this GBO real fast. There's toolbox. There's the GBO for toolbox. Okay. Alright, so I can delete the toolbox. Disable. And I can delete these metal boxes as well. I got 2 of those. See how, isn't that interesting? You always end up, when you play the game like this, you always end up finding things that have fallen into the game. Bad collisions, etc. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Best of the games out there have errors similar to that. So I don't hold it against Bethesda for that. What I do hold against them is the poor quality of New Vegas when it was released. I had to wait 3 months before I could even play that game. I bought it on Xbox pre-order. And it took that long before I was able to get it to a playable state It might have even been more than 3 months. I can't remember. Point was, couldn't play the damn thing. Record one metal box down. These are legacy. There's some glass. Write down one metal box real quick. There we go. Okay, and I got 4 of these bad boys that I'm going to move. I'm going to move all 4 of them into this hallway. Because I can't realistically think of anything I'm going to use this fucking hallway for. These windows just really, make it shit. It's not like it's going to be good for a home or a shop. The windows really kind of ruin that. So I'm going to just take it and straight up put it like this. Zero 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 8 5908 1. Of course, that makes a massive one, so I can disable the one that was there. Set scale of this big boy to 0.5, so it matches the same as the other. Get POS Y, right? No, X. Set POS X. We're going to do a 2100. Let's see where that went. Oh, that was almost perfect. Look at that. It's just in the doorway. So we'll set it to 2000. It's almost dead on. 1950. What do you think? Oh, yeah. Now we'll get POS Y. Set POS Y. Now, when you see a negative integer, this is at negative 240.87, the decimals don't mean dick to us, really, because we're going to be able to find a way to make it work without the decimals to make it look good. Although, you can use decimals if you're going to be that anal about it. But, when you see a negative, don't fuck up and put a positive. And I'm going to show you what happens when you do. 240. That bitch just went whew, on the other side of the axis. Obviously, that was a perfect number in my case. But, let's say it was 2040, you know? If you plus, if you screw up and accidentally type in, if it was at 2040 and you accidentally typed in negative 2040, or if it was at negative 2040 and you accidentally typed in 2040, it's going to end up way the fuck on the other side of the actual map on its axis. See, somewhere along this line, in this room, in fact, because this was negative 240 and now that's negative 240, so probably right in the middle of this area is where 0 is. In fact, I can do that right now. I could set this bitch to 0. And that is exactly 0. If I goes to the right, it's going to go negative. If it goes to the left, it's going to go positive. That is just the way it is. Just bear that in mind. You know? Alright, so I'm going to rotate this bitch a little bit. Z50. Oop, let's go negative 50. Negative 50 is going to make it to go the other way. That looks pretty good. I'm going to set the scale to be a little bit bigger. Bigger than that even. Bigger than that even. So we probably won't be able to fit all of these in there, but I can at least make it look good. Actually, I know a way I can make them all fit. Rotate. Z. We'll rotate them to be sideways. And then we'll set the scale based on that. Set scale. Whoops. Set scale 0.5. So 0.6. So 0.7. Too big. 0.65. That looks pretty good. Well, I guess we'll just leave it at 0.6. There we go. That looks nice. So now, since I can walk through it, get POS, let's see, Y, set POS Y, we know it's going to be positive, and it's going to go up to go that way because negative is behind us. So, let's do 300. More than that. 350. 400. It's like I'm bidding something here. Damn. Do a little more. 425. That might be it. That looks good enough. So that's where we'll leave that. Now, oh fuck. GBO, place at me 0008 59081, and we'll set scale 0.6, I believe, wasn't it? Yeah. Get POSY, set POSY. Let's start with 240. 300. Oh, I accidentally pulled my gun out. Needs to go a little more, I think. I don't know, maybe I should leave it, make it look a little more realistic in there. Let's rotate it. That'll make it look a little more interesting. Haphazardly placed in there. Disable, enable. Alright. And while we're at it, we'll spawn yet another one over here. The place at me command. Set scale 0.6. And set POS Y0. Too far. So let's try like 100. 150. That looks pretty good. We'll leave it like right there. And then disable, enable, and then place at me the fourth one. 0.6. Set POS Y0. Rotate Z. Negative. Whoa, 50. A few times. Kind of interesting, isn't it? See now, in fact, I can take this one now and rotate 500. So it's quite sporadically, yeah, different in there. Cool, so there we have it. That kind of fills up that hallway nicely. Nicely enough, anyway. And I can remove all of these boxes. Alright, so that deals with the final room, this final room. Other than these two computers, which, for now, I'm just going to leave them. I'm not going to worry about them. Probably will end up moving them into here or something, just to make them look like they're part of the vault, because I was kind of hoping to use that as sort of a jail. I mean, I don't need to have a jail, but it would look cool to have a raider stuck inside jail, wouldn't it? Or a dead raider? I don't know. Because, I mean, if you think about it, you're going to have some way of keeping law and order. These noises get kind of annoying after a while. See if I can catch one. Oh, got it. Show you something interesting. These have a base object. And I'm going to write it down and add it to my legacy list. Just in case I want to use special effects somewhere else. But remember that flash is not going to follow it. I don't even think a sound effect will even follow it. Well, it might. It might have the sound effect tied to it, but it definitely won't have the light flash part. The flashing light part associated to it. Well, I'm going to add that to my legacy list just in case, like maybe I want to put, maybe I could reduce the size. Hang on, let's see what happens. Place at me. Experiment. This is another thing you should do. Experiment with shit. Maybe I could make a really cool broken computer animation for someone who's a technician working on computers or something in the vault. And he's got a computer that's plugged in or working, but it's all bzz, 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 That'd be cool. Yep. I have the right one. And it's obviously its scale is dramatically. I'm not gonna be able to click on it unless it's there or visible. So there's something to note. Oh, come on, catch it. Almost. Almost. Oh, it's not easy. I probably shouldn't even fuck with it. There we go. I'm gonna set scale 0.5. Too much. 0.7. Almost. 0.75. That looks like that's the way. That looks like that's where it was before. So what I'm gonna do now. Is it just those two? Not on the other side? Okay. What I'm gonna do now is save my game. Because that is actually quite an annoying noise. I'm gonna see if the noise is associated to it. If I delete it, despite the fact that it'll still be flashing, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, so close. Yes, got it. If I remove this, will the noise go away? Oh, shit. Try again, fool. Oh, son of a bitch. You're gonna have to deal with this sometimes. There we go, FF. That's definitely it. Sounds like it. I know it's gonna remove from the effect, but that noise is really kind of annoying. So I'm gonna remove it. I mean, there we go. I don't want to have to be hearing that all the time. That was perfect. Almost anyway. Disable. Okay. So you're not going to be able to get rid of the lighting effect. Like it or not, that lighting effect is there. That's okay though, because it still has the effect of, broken electrical equipment, etc. Which is alright. At least we just don't have that fucking noise anymore going in our ears. That's annoying. Bad enough we gotta put up with loud, clunky footsteps. That's okay though. So I think we've covered a lot of ground. This is great. We have quite a list built up. We're gonna have to decide what we're gonna do with half the shit we've already discovered, and we still have 2 areas of this vault yet to raid out and inventory up and clean up, of course. And I think we'll do living quarters next, since we're gonna want to set ourselves up a nice fancy room. Gonna have to be in living quarters. So I'll see you next week for so we'll leave off with the living quarters for now. Don't forget to save. Always save your game.